Hello, this is Pastor Nick Hood. Today I'm at Stockton Park, right at the Detroit River in Detroit, Michigan, the east side of Detroit. And I want to share with you what I podcasted on this morning. This morning I did a podcast. I'm going through 1 Corinthians. Today I did chapter 7. And this is a fascinating chapter. I think it has a message for anybody, particularly any couples, particularly the married. And those that are not married. What Paul talks about is sexual freedom. He talks about in the third verse, chapter 7, 1 Corinthians. Paul says the man should give his wife her conjugal rights. And then he says, in like manner, the wife should give her husband his conjugal rights. And then he goes on to say that men and women, husbands and wives, should not defraud themselves or withhold from themselves their sexuality except for a season. And what he really is saying here is that we should feel free. This is a message to all the couples out there. You should feel free in your sexuality. Free to express yourself, and as I like to say, that our sexuality, our physical sexuality, is a manifestation of our emotional spirituality. If a person is spiritually grounded, then your sexuality will be grounded. If you are spiritually set free because of Jesus Christ, you'll find that your sexuality will also be free. And I think that this is a very, very important lesson. Sometimes in marriage, you'll find that one person or the other will barter their sexuality. They'll barter their physical intimacy in the sense that I will do this for you if you will do that for me. And very often, the this has absolutely nothing to do with sexuality. But on the other hand, somebody might argue, but it has everything to do with sexuality. For example, if you fix the toilet that is broken, then maybe I will do something for you a little special. If you go wash the dishes or buy the grocery or take on a major capital improvement for the house, like fixing a roof, fixing the sidewalk or the driveway, then maybe I will do a little bit more. I'll put out a little bit more for you. And Paul is saying that we should not do this. He says, you need to know that your body is not your own. The husband's body is not his own. The wife's body is not her own. But rather, the husband's body is the wife's. And the wife's body is the husband. Which means that we should feel free in our sexuality. That's the word I give you today. If you want to hear a little bit more about it, where I'm talking it through the podcast, I do a podcast every day on Anchor Podcasts, but you can also hear it on Apple Podcasts, iTunes Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify Podcasts. And I would love it if you take the time to at least check it out. Again, this is Pastor Nick Hood. I wish you God's continued blessings and mercy. And of all things, this day, feel free in your spirituality, feel free in your sexuality. God bless you.